Advanced English vocabulary. Beyond regular language but not obscure. 3400 single plus 170 compounds. Abase, abate, abattoir, abbey, abdicate, aberration, abet, abeyance, abjure, ablation, ablution, abnegate, aboriginal, abrasion, abridge, abrogate, abscess, abscond, abseil, abstemious, academy, accede, accession, accolade, accomplished, accoutrement, accrete, accrue, acculturate, acerbic, acme, acolyte, acrid, acrophobia, acropolis, actuary, acumen, adage, addendum, adduce, adept, adjective, adjourn, adjudicate, adjunct, admixture, admonish, adobe, adonis, adroit, adumbrate, adventitious. Adverse, aegis, eon, aerodrome, etiology, affected, effective, affidavit, affront, aficionado, after, agglomerate, agglutinate, agitprop, agnostic, agog, agogic, agonistic, agrarian, agronomy, ahistorical, ailment, aka, alabaster, alacrity, albedo, alfresco, algorithm, alias, alibi, alienable, alimony, allegiance, allegory, allergen, alliteration, allotrope, alluvial, almanac, arms, alpine, altercation, alterity, altruistic, amanuensis, amatory, ambassador, ambience, ambit, ambrosia, ambulatory, ameliorate, amenable, amenity, amiable, amity, amnesia, amnesty, amoral, amortize, amphitheater, amplitude, amulet, anachronistic, anacrusis, anemia, anarchism, anathema, anchorman, ancillary, androgen, androgynous, anecdote, aneurysm, angina. Anglophile, anglophone, angst, anima, animism, animus, annals, annuity, anodyne, anoint, enemy, anon, antagonist. Anti, antebellum, antecedent, antechamber, anterior, anthology, anthropogenic, anthropology, anticyclone, antigen, antihero, antinomy, antipode, antiquarian, ape, aperitif, aphorism, aphrodisiac, apocryphal, apodictic, apogee, Apollonian, apology, apoplectic, aporia, apostasy, apostle, apothecary, apotheosis, apparatchik, apparel, apparition, appease, appendix, apportion, apposite, apprise, approbation, apron, apropos, appropriate, apse, aqueduct, aquifer, arabesque, arable, arbitration, arcade, Arcadian, arcane, arch, archetype, architectonic, architrave, armada, Armageddon, armistice, arraign, arrant, arrogate, arsenal, artful, artichoke, artillery, artisan, artiste, artless, ascetic, ashen, ashram, asinine, asperity, aspersion, asphyxia. Assail, asseverate, assiduous, assignation, assuage, asterism, astral, asunder, asymptotic, atavistic, atoll, atomistic, atone, atrophy, attach, attest, attorney, attrition, aubergine, auburn, auditorium, augment, augur, augury, aureole, auspices, auspicious, autarky, autocratic, authoritarian, autocrat, autodidact, automaton, auxiliary, avatar, avenue, aver, averse, avionics. Avow, avuncular, awning, axiom, axis, azure. Baccalaureate, backhanded, backstory, bagatelle, bagel, baguette, bail, bailiff, bait, balderdash, baleful, balkanize, ballad, ballistic, ballot, balm, baloney, balustrade, banal, bandana, bandwagon, bane, bangle, bankroll, banter, bard, barge, barista, barnstorming, barometer, barracks, basal, base, basilica, bastion, bathos, battlement, batty, balk, bawdy, bay, bazaar, bazooka, bearing, becoming, bedraggled, bedstead, beguile, behemoth, behest, behove, beleaguer, belfry, bellicose, bemoan. Benediction, benefactor, beneficent, berate, bereft, birth, besmirch, besotted, bespoke, bestial, bestiality, bevy, biannual, bicameral, biennial, bifurcate, bigamy, bigot, bigwig, bile, bilious, bill, bimonthly, binomial, biopic, biopsy, bipartisan. Bipartite, bistro, bittersweet, blab, blackmail, blag, blanche, bland, blandishments, blarney, blasé, bleat, blight, blimp, bling, blithe, blitz, block, blockade, bluff, bluster, bosun, bodice, boffin, bog, bogey, bogeyman, bohemian, bolide, bonanza, bond, bonhomie, bonnet, boon, bore, bootleg, bootstrap, booty, bore, bow, boulevard, bourgeois, bourgeoisie, boss, boutique, bowdlerize, boycott, bracing, brackish, braid, braise, brass, brasserie, bravura, brawn, bray, brazen, breeches, brethren, brickbat, bricolage, bridgehead, bridle, briefing, brigand, brooch, brocade, broil, broker, bromance, bronze, brood, broth, brow, browbeat, brunette, brusque, buccaneer, bucolic, bulkhead, bullion, bullock, bulwark, bum, bumptious, bunk, bunting, bureau, bureaucracy, burgeoning, burgundy, burlesque, burly, burnish, bursa, bursary, bust, butte, buxom, byway, Byzantine, cabal, cabaret, cash, cachet, cackle, cadaver, cadet, cadmium, cadre, cafeteria, cagey, cahoots, cajole, cakewalk, calcify, calculus, caldera, calibrate, caliber, caliper, caliph, collective, callow, calumny, camaraderie, cameo, candid, candor, canister, canny, canon, cantankerous, canteen, canticle, cantilena, cantilever, canton, cantonment, cantor, canvas, capacious, cape, caper, capricious, caption, caramel, carapace, carrot, caravan, carbuncle, cardinal, careen, caricature, carolian, carnage, carnal, carouse, carousel, carp, carrion, cartel, cartography, Casanova, cascade, casket, Cassandra, castigate, catabolic, catacomb, catamaran, cataract, catatonic, catechism, catharsis, Catholic, cattle, caucus, cavalcade, cavalier, cavalry, caveat, cavil, cavort, seed, celluloid, cenotaph, censorious, censure, centaur, centripetal, centrist, ceramic, cesspit, chafe, chaff, chagrin, chai, chalet, chameleon, chamfer, chancellor, chancery, chapati, chapel, chaperone, chaplain, charade, charm, charter, chartered, cherry, chaste, chasten, chastise, chateau, chattel, chauvinism, cheapskate, cheesy, cherub, checkered, shay, chic, chicanery, chide, chieftain, chimera, china, chinless, chivalry, choleric, chortle, chow, chromium, chronic, chronicle, churlish, chutzpah, cinnamon, Cinderella, cipher, circumspect, circumvent, cistern, citadel, civic, civil, civility, clade, clan, clandestine, clack, claret, clarion, clause, cleave, cleft, clemency, clergy, cliché, climb, clique, cloister, closet, clot, cloven, cloy, coalition, cockroach, coda, coddle, codex, codicil, coffer, coefficient, cogitate, cognate, cognition, cognoscenti, cohort, coiffure, coitus, collage, collate, collateral, collegiate, collimate, collocation, colloquium, colloquy, collude, cologne, colonnade, comely, comeuppance, commandeer, commando, commend, commensurable, commensurate, commerce, commissar, committee, commodity, commoner, commonplace, commune, communique, compendium, compare, complacent, complementary, complicit, comportment, compunction, concatenate, concierge, conciliate, conclave, concomitant, concordance, concourse, concubine, concupiscent, concussion, condiment, condone, conduit, confabulate, confect, confection, confederation, conflagration, conflate, conflicted, confluence, congeal, congenial, congenital, congeries, conglomerate, congruent, conifer, conjugal, conjure, connive, connotation, consecrate, conservatoire, consort, consortium, constable, consternation, constitution, consul, contingent, contraband, contradistinction, contrarian, contrite, convalesce, convence, coup, coolie, coppice, copse, copula, coquette, cordial, cordillera, cordon, corn, cornice, cornucopia, corny, corollary, coroner, corporal, corporation, corporeal, core, corpulent, corpus, corral, corrigible, corroborate, corrugate, cortege, coruscate, cosmopolitan, coterie, coterminous, count, counterculture, counterfactual, countermand, counterpart, countervailing, coup, couplet, court, courtesan, courtier, couture, covenant, covert, coving, coy, coyote, crag, cramp, cranberry, crass, cravat, craven, creche, credence, credo, credulous, creed, creek, crenellate, creole, crepuscular, crestfallen, cretin, crevasse, crib, crimp, crimson, crony. Cronyism, croon, crotchety, cruciform, crusty, cryogenics, cryptic, cryptozoology, cupola, cuckold, cudgel, culinary, cull, culpable, cultivar, curd, curdle, cure, curfew, curio, curmudgeon, curt, curvilinear, cusp, cutlet, cutting, cyan, cybernetic, cyborg, cyclone, cynical, cyst, dale, dalliance, damsel, dandy, dapper, dapple, darn, daub, deacon, deadpan, dean, debacle, debauchery, debenture, debilitating, debonair, debrief, debunk, debutante, decadence, decamp, decanter, deciduous, declaim, declension, deconstruction, decorous, decoy, decree, decry, deeds, deem, defamation, deference, deft, degenerate, deign, deism, deity, delectable, deleterious, delicatessen, delinquent, delphic, demagogue, demean, demented, demerit, demigod, demiurge, demography, demotivate, demur, demure, denizen, denouement, denude, depot, deportment, depose, depraved, deprecate, depredation, deputy, deracinate, dereliction, derivatives, derogate, dervish, desecrate, desiccate, desperado, despoil, desultory, detent, detritus, devolve, diachronic, diacritic, diadem, dialect, dialectic, dialogue, dialysis, diametrical, diaphanous, diaspora, diatribe, dicy, dichotomy, diction, dictum, didactic, diffident, diffuse, dilatory, dilemma, dilettanti, diluvial, diminution, dint, diocese, diode, Dionysiac, diploma, diplomat, directorate, dirigible, disabuse, disavow, disperse, disclaim, disclaimer, discombobulate, discomfit, discompose, discourse, discrepancy, discrete, discursive, disdain, disembowel, disgorge, disinformation, disingenuous, disinter, disparate, disparity, dispatch, dispensation, disquisition, dissemble, dissension, dissertation, dissimulate, dissolute, dissolution, distend, distill, dither, ditto, ditty, diuretic, diurnal, divest, divine, dodder, dogma, doleful, domicile, don, dope, doppelganger, dorsal, dossier, dote, doublespeak, doublethink, douche, doughty, door, dowager, dowdy, doyen, doyen, draconian, draftsman, drag, dragoon, dramaturgy, drapery, draft, draftsman, drawbridge, drawn, dressy, droll, drone, dross, drove, drubbing, dry, dryad, dub, duct, dude, duff, dulcet, dumpster, duplicity, duress, dusk, duty, duvet, dike, dynamic, dynamo, dyslexia, dysphomism, dystopia, earthenware, eavesdrop, ebb, ebony, ebullient, ecclesiastic, echelon, eclat, eclectic, ect, eclogue, ecumenical, edifice, edify, efface, effervesce, effete, efficacy, effigy, effloresce, effluent, effrontery, effulgent, effusive, egghead, egregious, egress, elan, elective, elegiac, elegy, elfin, elide, elixir, ellipse, elliptical, elocution, elope, eloquence, Elysian, emasculate, embalm, embankment, embargo, embezzle, emboss, embroider, embroil, emeritus, emigre, eminent, emir, emissary, emollient, emolument, emotive, emporium, emulsion, enamored, enchilada, enclave, encultrate, endemic, endogamous, endowment, enervate, enjoin, enmity, ennui, ensconce, ensign, entente, enterprise, entourage, entrails, entreat, intree, entrepreneur, environs, envoy, envy, enzyme, ephemeral, ephemeris, epic, epicene, epicure, epicurean, epicycle, epigone, epigram, epigraph, epilogue, epiphany, epiphenomenon, episcopal, epistle, epitaph, epithet, epitome, epoch, eponymous, equable, equitable, equivocal, equivocate, ergo, ergonomics, erogenous, eros, errant, ersatz, erstwhile, escapade, escarpment, eschatology, eschew, espionage, esplanade, espouse, esquire, etch, ethereal, ethnography, ethnology, ethology, ethos, etymology, eugenics, eunuch, eutectic, evanescent, evangelical, eviscerate, exacerbate, exacting, exchequer, excise, exclave, excoriate, exculpate. Executive, exegesis, exemplar, exhort, exhume, exigency, existential, exonerate, exoteric, expatriate, expedient, expeditious, expiate, expletive, explicate, exponent, exponential, expose, expostulate, expound, expressionism, expressivo, expropriate. Expunge, expurgate, extempore, extenuate, extirpate, extol, extradite, extraordinaire, extrinsic, extrude. Fabian, fable, faceless, facetious, facile, facsimile, faction, factious, factoid, factotum, fag, feign, fallout, falsetto, fanciful, farce, farmstead, fascism, fastidious, fatigues, fatuous, foe, fawn, fealty, fearful, febrile, feckless, fecund, federal, faint, feisty, felicitous, feline, felony, fen, feral, ferment, fermentation, ferrous, fervent, fervid, festoon, fate, fetid, fetish, fetter, feud, fey, fiasco, fiat, fibrillate, fickle, fiefdom, fiend, fiesta, figment, figurative, figurine. Filch, filial, filibuster, filigree, filtrate, finesse, finial, firebrand, firewall, firmament, fiscal, flaccid, flagellate, flail, flaky, flamenco, flange, flank, flap, flatulent, flay, fledgling, fleet, Flemish, flighty, florid, flotilla, flotsam. Flounce, flounder, flurried, flyleaf, fodder, foible, foil, foist, folio, ferment, foolhardy, foot, foppish, foray, forbearance, ford, forbear, foreboding, foreclose, foregoing, foreshadow, foreshorten, forestall, forestry, forge, forego, forlorn, formaldehyde, fornicate, forsaken, forswear, forte, forthwith, fortify, fortitude, fortuitous, forum, founder, foundling, foul, foyer, fracas, fractious, frail, franchise, frank, fraternal, fraternity, fratricide, fray, freelance, freeloader, freight. Fresco, friar, freeze, frippery, frisk, frisky, frisson, frolic, frontispiece, frontman, fruity, frumpy, fudge, fulcrum, fulminate, functionary, fungible, funicular, funky, furtive, fusiliers, fusillade. Gable, gaff, gag, gaga, gaggle, gainsay, gate, gala, gall, gallery, galley, gallic, gallivant, galvanize, gambit, gamut, gander, gangrene, gangway, gantry, garb, garish, garland, garner, garnish, garret, garrison, garrulous, gasket, gaslight, gastronomy, gate, gatto, gatecrash, gaucho, gaudy, gaunt, gauntlet, gavel, gawky, gazebo, gazette, gazetteer, gazump, gelatin, genealogy, generic, genial, genome, gentile, gentrify, gentry, geodesic, geomancy, geriatric, germ, germane, germinate. Gerrymander, gestalt, gestapo, ghetto, gal, gibber, guild, gilt, gimmick, gingerly, girdle, gizmo, glace, glade, glib, glitch, glitterati, glossary, glower, gluttony, glyph, gnarled, gnome, gnomic, gnostic, gourd, goblet, goblin, godfather, godparent, gopher. Goliath, goofy, goon, gorge, goslings, gossip, gothic, gourmet, governess, gracious, granary, grandee, grandiloquent, grandstanding, grapevine, graphic, gratis, gravitas, gregarious, gremlin, gridiron, grievous, grift, grill, gripe, grizzled, grocery, groom, groundswell, grotto, groupie, grove, gruff, gorilla, guff, guild, guile, guise, gullet, jibe, gyrate. Haberdashery, hack, hackneyed, haggard, hagiography, hairpiece, hairy, halcyon, hallmark, hallowed, hammy, hamstring, hapless, happenstance, harangue, hardwood, harem, harlequin, harpy, harrowing, hatchet, hateful, haunch, hawk, hawker, headland, heady, hearse, hearten, heartsick, heathen, heckle, hectare, hector, hedge, hegemony, heinous, heirloom, heist, hem, henchman, henotheistic, henpecked, heraldry, herb, hermaphrodite, hermeneutic, hermetic, hessian, heterogeneous, heteronymous. heuristic, hue, heyday, hiatus, hidalgo, hieratic, highfalutin, hind, hinterland, hip, hippodrome, hipster, Hispanic, histogram, historicism, historicity, historiography, histrionic, hoarding, hoarfrost, hoary, hobnob, hogwash, hokum, hologram, homeostasis. Homestead, homily, hominid, homologous, homonym, honcho, hone, hoodlum, hookah, hoopla, horticulture, hospice, hotchpotch, hotelier, hothead, housekeeping, hubris, hullabaloo, humanism, humbug, humdrum, humongous, husbandry, hydrofoil, hydroponics, hyperbole, hypochondria, hypodermic, hypostasis, hypothesis, hypoxia, hysteria. Iambus, icon, iconoclasm, ID, identikit, ideologue, idol, idol, ignominious, imam, imbibe, imbricate, imbroglio, imminent, immemorial, immiseration, immolate, impasse, impassive, impeach, impeccable, impecunious, imperialism, impetuous, impish, implacable, implicate, importune, impregnable, impresario, impressionism, imprimatur, impugn, impunity, impute, inalienable, inborn, incandescent, incantation, incarcerate, incarnate, inchoate, incidental, incipient, incise, inclement, incognito, incommunicado, incongruous, inconsequent, incontrovertible, incorrigible, incriminate, incubus, inculcate, incumbent, incursion, indefatigable, indelible, indemnity, indenture, indict, indigent, indigo, indisposed, indolent, indomitable, induce, induct, indulgence, inebriate, ineffable, inerrant, infernal, infidel, inflect, inform, infraction, infrastructure, infringe, infuse, ingenuous, ingot, ingress, inhere, inimical, inimitable, iniquity, injunction, innocuous, inopportune, inordinate, insignia, insipid, insouciant, insuperable, insurgent, insurrection, interred, intercede, intercession, intercourse, interdict, interim, interject, interlocutor, interloper, intern, internecine, interpolate, interpose, interregnum, interstice, interfada, intonation, intone, intractable, intransigent, intrepid, inure, invective, inveigh, inventory, inverse, inveterate, invidious, inviolable, inviolate, invoke, invulnerable, irascible, ire, iridescent, ironclad, irony, irredentist, irreligious, irrepressible, erupt, islet, isomer, isomorphic, isotope, iterate, itinerant, itinerary, jackass, jackboot, jaded, jamboree, jargon, jaundice, jaunt, jaunty, jet, jetty, jibe, jilt, jive, jocular, journeyman, joust, jubilee, judicious, juncture, junket, junta, jurisdiction, jurisprudence, jurist, Kafkaesque, kaleidoscope, keg, keynote, keystone, khaki, kindergarten, kitsch, Klondike, Klystran, knapsack, knell, null, knot, kowtow, kudos, lace, lacerate, lachrymose, lackey, laconic, lacuna, lagoon, lair, lairty, lamb, lambaste, lambent, laminate, lampoon, landfill, languor, lapdog, lapel, lapidary, larceny, larder, largesse, lark, larynx, lascivious, lassitude, lateral, latex, lathe, Latino, latitude, lattice, launder, laureate, laurel, lavender, laxative, lay, leech, leaden, league, leaven, lecherous, ledger, leery, leeward, legion, legume, lenticular, leonine, leprechaun, levee, leveraged, leviathan, levity, levi, lewd, lexicon, liaise, liaison, libation, libertarian, libertine, liberty, libidinous, libido, licentious, liege, lieutenant, ligature, lilac, lilt, limbic, liminal, limpet, limpid, linen, lingam, lionize, liquefaction, liquidate, lisp, list, listless, litany, literati, lithe, litigant, literal, livery, loaf, lobby, locale, locum, locus, lodestone, logarithmic, logocentric, loin, loincloth, lolita, longitudinal, longer, lope, loquacious, law, lot, lovelorn, lowing, lozenge, luddite, lugubrious, luminary, luncheon, lurch, lurid, luscious, luster, lynch, lyrical, macabre, Machiavellian, machinate, machismo, macrocosm, maelstrom, maestro, magazine, megalith, megalomania, magenta, magisterial, magistrate, magnanimous, magnet, maiden, mainstay, maisonette, makeover, malady, malaise, malapropism, malarkey, malefactor, malevolent, malfeasance, malign, malignant, maul, malt, manacle, mandarin, mandate, manger, mangrove, mania, manichean, manicure, manifest, manifold, mannequin, mannequin, manad, mantle, manure, mar, maraud, mardy, mare, marigold, mariner, marionette, maritime, marmoreal, maroon, marquis, marsh, marshal, marshal, martinet, mascot, masochist, massif, matriculate, matrix, matron, maudlin, mauve, maverick, mawkish, maxim, measly, measured, median, medley, melange, meld, melee, melioristic, mellifluous, mellow, melodrama, meme, memoir, memorandum, menagerie, mendacious, mendicant, menial, mentor, mercantile, mercurial, meretricious, meridian, messer, mess, messers, metaphor, metastasis, meet, methodology, metonym, metrics, metropole, metropolis, metal, miasma, microcosm, microlite, midriff, midwife, mean, mift, migrate, mildew, milieu, militant, militate, militia, millenarian, mimesis, minaret, mince, minion, ministration, minor, minstrel, minutes, minutiae, minx, misadventure, misappropriate, miscarriage, miscegenation, miscellany, miscreant, misdemeanor, miserly, misgiving, misinformation, misnomer, misogyny, mission, missive, mistress, mockingbird, modicum, mogul, molasses, mollify, moment, monger, mongrel, moniker, monochrome, monogram, monograph, monolatry, monolithic, monsoon, montage, moonlighting, moonshine, moor, moot, moped, morass, moratorium, morbid, morbidity, mordant, mors, morgue, moribund, morose, morph, mortal, mortar, mortgage, mortify, mosaic, mothball, motley, motorcade, motto, morn, mulatto, mull, muller, multifarious, multilateral, multiplex, multivalent, mum, municipality, munificent, munition, mural, muse, mush, musk, muslin, musty, mutable, mutton, muzak, mythomania, mythos, nadir, namesake, narcissism, narcotic, narrative, nascent, natal, nationalism, nausea, knave, naval, necromancy, necrophilia, nefarious, negate, nemesis, neologism, neon, neophyte, nepotism, nerd, netherworld, neurosis, neuter, nifty, nihilism, nimbus, node, nomenclature, nominal, nonchalant, nonfeasance, nonpral, nonplussed, noodle, Nordic, Norse, nostrum, notary, notional, notwithstanding, novella, noxious, Nubian, nubile, nugatory, numerology, numinous, nymph, nymphomania. Obdurate, obeisance, obfuscate, oblation, oblique, obnoxious, obsequious, obsidian, obstetrician, obstreperous, obtrusive, obtuse, obverse, obviate, occident, occlude, occult, ochre, octane, ode, oddments, odious, odyssey, oeuvre, offal, offhand, officious, olfactory, oligarchy, Olympian, ombudsman, omnibus, omnifarious, omniscient, oniric, onerous, onomatopoeic, opaque, opine, opium, opportune, opportunist, opprobrium, optometry, opus, oracular, ordain, orderly, ordinance, ordnance, orgiastic, orient, orthogonal, orthography, orthopedic, osmosis, ossify, ostensible, ostensive, ostentatious, ostracize, otiose, outmoded, outrider, outrigger, outsize, outsource, ovation, overreach, overt, overtone, overweening, oxymoron. Pace, pact, paddock, paean, pediatric, pedophile, pagan, page, pageant, pagoda, palanquin, pallet, palaver, palimpsest, palindrome, palisade, pall, palladium, palliative, pallid, pallor, palpable, palpitate, paltry, pampas, pan, panacea, pandemic, panda, pandit, panegyric, panentheism, panoply, pantheon, pantry, papyrus, parable, parabolic, paragon, parallax, paralogism, paramedic, parameter, paramour, paraphernalia, parasol, parchment, pair, pareidolia, parenthesis, paria, parity, parlance, parley, parliament, parlor, parlous, parochial, parody, parole, paroxysm, parricide, parry, pars, parsimonious, parson, partake, parthenogenesis, partisan, pass, passagework, pass, passim, pastel, pasteurize, pastiche, pastor, pasture, patent. Pathology, pathos, patina, patois, patriarchy, patrician, patronize, patsy, paunch, pavilion, payload, peaceable, peccadillo, pectoral, pecuniary. Pedagogy, pedantic, pedal, pedestrian, pedigree, peeve, pelagic, pangshang, pendant, pennant, pension, pensive, penthouse, penury, percipient, percolate, perdition, peremptory, perennial, perfidious, performative, perfunctory, perigee, peripatetic, perjury, perk, perky, permaculture, permafrost, pernicious, peroration, persona, personable, personage, perspicacious, perspicuous, pert, petard, petrify, petroglyph, petulant, pewter, phalanx, phallic, phantasm, phantasmagoria, phenomenalism. Phenomenology, philander, philanthropic, philogynist, philology, phlegmatic, phonetic, physiognomy, physiotherapy, piazza, picaresque, picket, pigeon, piecemeal, pie, pile, pilfer, pillage, piquant, piquet, pirouette, pithy, placard, placate, plaintive. Plat, plangent, planisphere, platitude, platter, plaudits, plaza, plebeian, plebiscite, plenary, plenipotentiary, plethora, plucky, plunder, pluralism, plutocracy, ply, pneumatic, pogrom, poetics, poignant, pokey. Polemic, politburo, polity, pole, pollyanna, polyandry, polygamy, polyglot, polygyny, polymath, polymer, polyvalent, ponderous, pontificate, pontoon, porcelain, porch, portal, portamento, portcullis, portent, portentous, portfolio, portico, portly, poseur, posit, posse, possessed, posterity, postlude, postscript, potboiler, potentate, poultry, pout, prairie, prate, praxis, preamble, precept, precis, precinct, precipitate, precocious, predation, predicated, predilection, prefect, prefecture. Prefigure, prehensile, prelate, premonition, prenatal, preponderant, preposition, prepossessing, prerogative, presage, presbyterian, prescient, presentiment, presumptuous, preternatural, pretext, pretzel, prevaricate, priggish, prim, primeval. Primordial, principality, priory, prism, prissy, privation, pivot, privy, probate, probation, probity, proclamation, proclivity, proconsul, procrastinate. Proctor, prodigal, prodigious, prodigy, profane, profanity, proffer, profiteer, profligate, progenitor, progeny, prognosticate, proletariat, prolific, prolix, promenade, Promethean, promontory, promulgate, prone, prop, prophylactic, propinquity, propitiate, propitious, propound, proprietary, propriety, prescribe, proselytize, prosody, protagonist, protean, protege, protestant, protocol, protoplasm, protozoan, provenance, providence, proviso, provost, proximate, proxy, prudent, prudish, prurient. Psalter, pseudo, pseudonym, psyche, psychedelic, psychodrama, psychopath, psychosis, psychosomatic, psychotropic, pucker, puckish, puerile, pugilistic, pugnacious, puissance, punctilious, pundit, pungent, punitive, punter, purchase, pureblood. Puritan, purloin, purport, purvey, purview, putative, putrid, putsch, pylon, pyroclastic, pyrotechnics, pyrrhic. Qua, quack, quaff, quagmire, quail, quaint, qualm, quango, quantify, quarter, quash, quasi, key, quench, querulous, quiescent, quiff, quilt, quip, quisling, quixotic, quotidian, quotient. Racket, raconteur, racy, rail, railroad, rake, rally, rambunctious, ramification, rampart, ramshackle, rancid, rancor, rankle, rapacious, rapine, rapprochement, ratchet, ratify, raucous, ravine, raise, reactionary, realpolitik, rebus, recalcitrant, recant, recension, recondite, reconnaissance, reconnoiter, recourse, recrimination, rectilinear, rectitude, recumbent, recursive, recusant. Redact, redeem, redemption, redolent, redouble, redoubt, redoubtable, redress, reductive, referendum. reflexive, refractory, refrain, regal, regale, regalia, regent, regime, regimen, reify, rejoinder, relapse, remand, remiss, remission, remit, remonstrate, remorseless, remunerate, rend, rendition, renegade, renege, reparation, repartee, repeal. Repertoire, repertory, replete, reprehend, reprehensible, reprimand, reprisal, reprise, reproach, reprobate, republic, repugnant, requisite, requisition, requite, rescind, restitution, retainer, restive, wretch, retinue, retort, retrenchment, retribution, retro, retrofit, retrograde, reverie, revisionism, revoke, rhizome, rhombus, ribald, rife, riff, riposte, risible, risk, right. Riverine, Riviera, Roadster, Rococo, Rollicking, Romp, Roost, Rosette, Roster, Rostrum, Rota, Rote, Rotund, Rotunda. Roughshod, Rout, Rubric, Ruckus, Rueful, Rumbustious, Rump, Rumple, Rune, Runt, Ruse, Rustic, Rut. Sabbath, Sabbatical, Saccharine, Sack, Sacrilege, Sacrosanct, Sadist, Saffron, Sagacious, Sage, Salacious, Salamander, Salary, Salient, Saline, Sallow, Sally, Salon, Salsa, Salubrious, Salutary, Salutation, Salve, Salvo, Sanatorium, Sanctify, Sanctimonious, Sanctum, Sangfroid, Sanguine, Sapient, Sapling, Sarcasm, Sardonic, Sarong, Sartorial, Sate, Satin, Satire, Satrap, Saturnine, Sort, Savannah, Savant, Savory, Scallop, Scalp, Scam, Scarlet, Scarp, Scatty, Schadenfreude, Schematic. Schizophrenia, Schmaltz, Scholasticism, Scientism, Scion, Sclerosis, Scooter, Scorn, Scrawny, Screed, Screenplay, Scrooge, Scrub, Scruple, Scupper, Scurrilous, Scenes, Secede, Secondment, Secretariat, Secretary, Sect, Sectarian, Section, Secular, Sedentary. Sedition, seedy. Seer, segue, semantic, semaphore, semblance, semicircle, seminal, seminary, semiotics, semite, senate, senescence, sententious, sentient, sentinel, sentry, Sephardic, sepulchre, sequester, sequin, seraph, serendipitous, serf, serpentine, serum, servile, shakedown, sham, shambles, shank, sheaf, shenanigan, shill, shindig, ship, shipwright, shoal, shoestring, shore, showdown, shrine, sidekick, sidereal, siding, sidle, siege, sierra, siesta, silk, simian, simile, simper, simulacrum, sinew. Singular, sinus, sinuous, Sisyphean, skipper, skirmish, skittish, skullduggery, slapstick, sleuth, slew, slight, slink, slipstream, sloth, sluice, smarmy, smelt, smirch, smite, smock, smooch, smug, smut, snarky, snide, snitch, snub, sobriquet, socialite. Societal, sociopath, soffit. Soiree, sojourn, solace, solecism, somnolent, sonnet, soothsayer, sop, sophistry, soporific, sordid, sortie, soteriology, sound, souterrain, spar, spastic, spat, spawn, specious, spectre, specular, spendthrift, spice, spiel, spigot, splay, spleen, spoils, spoof, spook, sprig, sprightly, sprite, spruce, spry, spunk, spurious, spurn, squalid, squall, squeamish, squire, staid, stallion, stalwart. Stanchion, stanza, staple, starch, starlet, starcy, statuette, statute, stake, steamroll, steed. Steep, steerage, steely, stenography, step, stereotype, sternum, steroid, steward, stigmata, stiletto, sting, stipend, stochastic, stockade, stocky, stolid, stonewall, stonking, stooge, stout, straff, straight, strapping, stratagem, striation, strobe. Strophe, strumpet. Stubble, stucco, stuffy, stultify, stymied, suave, subaltern, subjunctive, sublimate, suborn, subplot, subpoena, substantive, subtend, subterfuge, subtext, subtropics, succor, sue, suffrage, suffuse, suitor, sulk, sullen, sully, sultan, sultry, sumar, summary, summit, sunder, sundry, superannuation, supercilious, superlative, superstructure, supervene, supine, supplicate, shorty, surfeit, surmise, surreptitious, surrogate, surtitle, sutra, suzerainty, Svengali, swain, swami, swansong, swarthy. swell, sybaritic, sycophantic, syllogism, symposium, synchronic, synchronous, syncopate, syncretism, syndicate, syndrome, synergy, synopsis, synthetic, systemic. Tabby, tableau, taciturn, tacky, tactile, tiger, talisman, tally, tangent, tangible, tannoy, tappers, tardy, tariff, tarot, tarry, tassel, tavern, tawdry, tawny, taxidermy, taxonomy, technocrat, tectonics, telecast, telegraph, telemetry, teleology, telex, teller, telos, temerity, temper, tempest, temple, temporal, tenable, tenacious, tendentious, tenebrous, tenement, tensile, tenure, teepee, tepid, terpsichorean, tessellate, testy, Teutonic, thanatos, theism, theodicy, theophany, theorem, theosophy, therapeutic, therapy, thespian, thoroughfare, thrall, threnody, threshold, thrift, thumbnail, tiara, Tiffany, till, timely, timorous, tincture, tinny, tinpot, tintinnabulation, tithe, title, titrate, titular, toady, toast, toggle, tootle, topiary. Topography. Torpid, torrid, taut, totem, toupee, tourniquet, tout, township, toy, tractable, traction, traduce, traffic, trapes, trammel, tranche, transceiver, transcribe, transfigure, transgress, transliteration, transmigrate, transmogrify, transmute, transponder, transverse, trappings, travail, travesty, treatise, trefoil, trellis, tremulous, trenchant, trepidation, tress, trestle, triage, tribulation, tribunal, tribune, tricorn, trigonometry, trinket, tripartite, tripe, triptych, trite, triumvirate, troglodyte, troika, troll, trollop, troop, trope, trophic, trove, truculent, truism, truss, trustee, tryst, tuber, tumescent, tumor, tundra, tunic, turbid, turbine, turbo, turgid, turmeric, turncoat, turnpike, turpitude, turret, tutelage, tutti, tuxedo, tweak, twee, twilight, tycoon, typescript, typography, typology, ulcer, ulterior, ultimatum, umbrage, umpire, unabashed, unbecoming, unbridled, uncanny, unconscionable, unctuous, underhand, undersecretary, undertone, underworld, undulate, unilateral, unimpeachable, unipolar, unisex, unitary, unremitting, unrequited, unspeakable, unthinkable, untimely, untoward, untrammeled, upbraid, upholster, urbane, urchin, usury, uterine, vacillate, vagabond, vagary, vagrant, vain, vainglory, veil, valedictory, valet, valor, vamp, vain, vanguard, vapid, variegate, varlet, varnish, varsity, vascular, vassal, vaudeville, vault, vaunt, veal, vector, venal, vendetta, vendor, venereal, venison, veranda, verbiage, verboten, verdant, veridical, verily, verisimilitude, veristic, vermilion, vermin, vernacular, vernal, vertex, vertiginous, vertigo, vesper, vest, vested, vestibule, vet, veto, vex, viaduct, vicar, vicarious, viceroy, vicissitude, vigil, vigilante, vinet, vilify, villa, villanelle, vintage, violet, virtuoso, visage, visceral, visor, vitolize, vitiate, vitreous, vitrify, vitriol, vituperative, vivacious, vivify, vivisection, vizier, vocalize, vociferous, vogue, voluble, voluminous, voluptuary, voodoo, voracious, vortex, votary, votive, vouch, vouchsafe, voyeur, vying, whacked, waggish, waif, wan, wane, wangle, wanton, warhorse, warranty, waspish, watercourse, wax, wayfarer, waylay, waypoint, ween, weasel, weir, welter, wharf, wheeze, wherewithal, wet, whimsy, whitewash, whittle, widget, widower, while, wily, windward, winnow, winsome, wiry, wistful, wit, witless, witting, wizened, womanize, wraith, writ, rye, Xanadu, Xerox, yarn, yellow, yelp, yoke, yokel, zany, zen, zenith, zeppelin, ziggurat, zing, Zionism, compounds, a cappella, ad hoc, ad hominem, ad infinitum, ad lib, ad nauseam, a fortiori, agent provocateur, a la carte, alma mater, alter ego, antihero, a priori, art deco, au fate, au pair, avant-garde, backstabbing, bas-relief, beta test, black magic, blank verse, blue blood, blue chip, body politic, bona fide, boot camp, bylaw, carte blanche, casus belli, cause célèbre, chafing dish, charnel house, chef d'oeuvre, clearing house, clothierd, common law, compos mentis, co-opt, coup d'état, coup de grâce, court martial, crime de la crime, cri de coeur, cui bono, de facto, de jure, de rigueur, deus ex machina, double entendre, dramatis personae, drawing room, due process, El Dorado, enfant terrible, en masse, en passant, et al., evil eye, ex cathedra, ex gratia, ex nihilo, fair copy, fair weather, fait accompli, faux pas, femme fatale, fin de siècle, flea market, foot soldier, force marger, foursquare, front load, gilded cage, gilt-edged, going concern, grand jury, habeas corpus, haute couture, haute cuisine, hedge fund, heir apparent, high-handed, hocus pocus, hoi polloi, hors d'oeuvre. Compounds. Idée fixe, in absentia, in extremis, in flagranti, in situ, inter alia, ipso facto, kangaroo court, laissez-faire, latter day, lingua franca, lip service, low key, magnum opus, maitre d'hotel, manager choice, modus operandi, modus vivendi, monkey business, mumbo jumbo, name dropping, ne plus ultra, non sequitur, nota bene, nouveau riche, object lesson, old timer, open letter, outtake, par excellence, par de dux, per capita, persona non grata, petit bourgeois, piece de resistance, po-faced, pooh-bah, post restanti, preeminent, preempt, press release, prima donna, prima facie, pro bono, pro forma, pro rata, quid pro quo, quo vadis, raison d'etre, real estate, reductio ad absurdum, sell out, Shangri-La, shore up, show trial, sine qua non. Skid Row, slush fund, snake oil, sob story, sotto voce, sour grapes, stakeout standoff, standoffish, stop press, straw man, sub rosa, sui generis, tabula rosa, terra firma, terra incognita, tete-a-tete, tour de force, tout court, vice-chancellor, vis-a-vis, viva voce, volte-face, white elephant, white knight, white noise, white paper, window dressing, win-win, wrong-headed, zero-sum.